In this video, we look at 10 different checkmates in 2 moves. They're all mate in 2. Most of them probably check and then checkmate, but yeah, the viewer is encouraged to try to see the future, see the move after the move, and find checkmate in 2 moves. So these are kind of intermediate puzzles. Anyway, yeah, thank you for joining me, and let's get right into it. It is black to play enforced checkmate in 2. Holy mackerel. Leland, all right. What do you got?
Queen, black queen to D1.
Queen to D1 check. Well, it seems they will probably...
Black with the rook?
Yeah, well, let's say they... Yeah, I guess block with the rook. Yep. Let's go with that.
Well, didn't think of that.
Okay. Well, I like where you're going with that. Those are the type of moves you should consider. And that may be the correct answer. It's just something we got to think further on. Let's actually hear from Dylan. Dylan, go ahead.
Queen to C1.
Queen to C1. No, I mean, that can't be right. The rook would just take the queen, and I don't see how we can checkmate with just our bishop. If our queen's gone, it's going to be pretty hard to pull off a checkmate. Bishops really can't do it. So that does not look good. But it's good to consider the different checking moves. So that's important. So I'm just going to give you both trophies for noting checking moves. Okay? I mean, yeah. Most important thing to keep in mind in all chess positions is every check. Especially checks against yourself. It looks like we've got some Luft over here, L-U-F-T, Luft. So we don't have to worry about, the back rank mate. So, that's good to know. But that's something you always want to check on. But yeah, we're looking for mate in 2. All this tells you, the fact that we have this Luft here, is that it may not necessarily be a checking move on the first move. Although I have seen the answer, and the first move is a checking move. So there's actually 2 different things they can do, one of which we actually talked about. And then the other one, it still ends up being checkmate. Oh, my coffee's a little bit full there. See the International Space Station back there? Isn't that gorgeous? It's a Lego set. It's like 870 Legos roughly. The ISS. Then there's, of course, the space shuttle. That's 2,400 Legos. 2,400 Legos. So it is check and then checkmate. Let's hear from Austin. Go ahead, Austin.
Queen to D1.
Sure. Queen to D1. And what happens if rook blocks?
Then capture the pawn in B3.
Exactly. When the queen goes to B3, she's checking the king, of course. She's taking away this square, and then the bishop is taking away all this. So it's hard to see that, but that's what we're practicing here. What if instead the king decides to go here? So we're imagining that you play queen to D1, the king goes to H7. How would you do that? What would you do in that case?
Then I will play king to A1.
Queen to A1. The queen goes to A1. Yes, exactly right. So I'm not sure what they're going to do, but this is the correct first move. And as you said, queen to A1. But as you said also, if he would have instead blocked with the rook, you take this pawn and the queen would cover this, she would cover that. It would be mate because the bishop, again, would be covering that diagonal. Awesome job. I need to trophify you, and I will in just a second. We're continuing to consider checkmates in 2 moves. So in this case, black to play and checkmate in 2 moves. I need to give a trophy. And then let's hear from Oscar. Wait, no. Darn it. I'm not sure who had there. I'm going to go with Oscar. Go ahead, Oscar.
Rook to C1.
Oh, this one's almost too easy, isn't it? It's just like a back rank checkmate. Rook to C1, rook captures,
Rook to C1.
and then rook captures C1 also. Black to play and checkmate in 2 moves. Let's hear from Lucas. Go ahead, Lucas.
Rook to F2.
Rook to F2 check. I like it. And then what? So looks like the king would have to go here. And what would you play then?
Rook to A1.
Beautiful. Yeah, man. Nailed it. Everybody wanted, well, not everybody. There's the 2 other hands there. But yeah, check. And then checkmate. So white to play. And mate in 2. Let's hear from Dylan. Go ahead, Dylan.
Rook to G2, no, G3, then the queen, and then when the rook gets...
Oh, wait, we're playing for white here. We're playing for white. So our rook would have to move like a bishop to get to G3. So I assume you must be talking about black's rook, but no. Yeah, we're playing for white. Yeah, we're playing for white. Yeah, so we're always going to play for whoever's on the bottom half of the board. So if you see 1 and 2 on the bottom, we're playing for white because white starts on the 1st and 2nd rank. If you see 7 and 8, we're playing for black. But in this case, we're playing for white. Let's hear from... Let's go with Lucas this time. Go ahead, Lucas.
Queen to F7.
Queen captures F7 is correct. Or yeah, that's definitely a move you want to consider. And it looks like they just have to move their king over.
And the queen goes to G7.
Exactly. Yep. So check. The king's forced over. The rook helps for the queen and helper mate. Nicely done. White to play and forced checkmate in 2 moves. Oscar? Go ahead.
I wasn't going to say something.
Oh, you had nothing to say? All right, then I think Leland was next. Go ahead, Leland.
Queen G7.
Okay, Queen G7. It looks like Queen will capture.
Pawn capture.
Yeah, but I mean that's great, but that's not mate. Pawn captures. It's attacking the rook, but the king isn't even in check, and so we know that there's something better here because we're looking for mate in 2. Yeah, there should be a mate in 2 here. Kind of like deflection, I think this one here. Well, let's see if we do that. If we block with a rook, then we still do. Oh man, this is cool. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to solve it for myself. Let's see. Who haven't I heard from in a while? Let's go with Austin. Go ahead, Austin.
Okay. Bishop captures E6.
Beautiful. And what if they block with their rook? You are correct, by the way. This is the right move, but how do you solve that issue? So it is bishop captures E6, which we're hoping will deflect the queen away probably. And then we could play this checkmate here. But what happens if instead, if we capture and they block with the rook, how do we find mate in 1 from there? Dylan, do you see that? Okay, let's hear from Leland. Leland, go ahead.
Queen F6.
Queen goes to F6.
rook captures just to tell.
So we're imagining, we're trying to see the future here. We're imagining we play this correct move. Bishop captures pawn check. Now, if they were to capture our bishop with their queen, that deflects the queen away from her defense of this square here. So again, if we play bishop captures here, they play queen captures here, well then that is checkmate. Okay? And that's probably what some of you have seen. But what happens if you play bishop here and the rook blocks instead? What move can you play to contest that, or to let's hear?
Could queen access at
Go ahead.
f6, queen f6?
Queen to f6. She could go to f6. She could go to f6, and actually the rook would not be able to capture her. Because of course they left the bishop here on e6, but that would not be a checking move, so that would not work. Let's hear from Dylan. Go ahead, Dylan.
Queen goes to h8.
Well, queen to h8, the king would be able to capture you because nobody's guarding the queen. Yeah, let's hear from Leland. Go ahead, Leland.
If they block with the rook, queen to g7, rook cannot capture because it is pinned.
Exactly. So we capture. Okay, they did the other one. I kind of wish they would have done it the other way. So again, if they had blocked with the rook, well then the bishop would be absolutely pinning the rook to the king. So queen to g7 would have been mate. But they didn't play that. They played the other one. Much more simple way of going, I think. Deflection. We're just deflecting the queen away from her defense of a crucial square. And yeah, that is checkmate in 2. Let's do another here. And Leland, I certainly owe you a trophy. That is coming. Dylan, go ahead. What's up?
Rook to e1.
Oh yeah, rook to e1. And then they're going to block with their rook.
Eat the rook.
Yeah, and then you just gobble them down, right? Yeah, it's pretty simple. So back rank checkmate, the name of this mate pattern. I do recommend that you memorize the names of known checkmate patterns as you come across them. It ends up being a weapon in your arsenal. So yeah, so mate in 2 again. My sword is way over here. So yeah, naming the different tactics, naming the checkmates, that gives you a weapon that you can use on the chessboard. That's what it is. You're putting a handle on a weapon by naming those different checkmates. I do owe you a trophy, Dylan. Okay. Leland, go ahead.
b6 bishop captures. e2.
Bishop captures e2 check. Well, that's definitely a checking move, but what if they play queen to... Okay, so we're saying bishop captures, or what if they play king to, excuse me, f1. King f1, what do we do about that?
Not sure.
Okay. Something we've got to think about.
Queen captures could do anyways.
Okay. Well, yeah, so maybe queen captures, because it's safe for the queen to capture there. And it looks like the king only has the choice then to go to h1, right?
There's
no other option.
And then just go to g1, simple.
Yep. So check, and then checkmate. Very good.
Oh, that wasn't do.
We're through 7 already. Number 8, Leland, you get a trophy. Well, we've been blasting through these. We've been doing fantastic. So white to play here. Checkmate in 2. Cute. Let's hear from Oscar. Go ahead, Oscar.
And then bishop to h7.
Bishop captures h7 check, and of course the king can't go here. The rook is there, so the king is going to go here, and then you play. So the king goes to the corner. You got an excellent checking move. The king goes to the corner. What do you play next?
Is it rook to f8?
Rook to f8 is correct, right? Yeah, you can't take the bishop because we got a battery here with the queen defending. So that is certainly checkmate. Nicely done, Oscar. I will trophify you in a moment. That's not actually a word, so I know some of you are maybe trying to improve your overall English skills, and trophify is not a word. I made that up. But I do owe you a trophy, Oscar. All right, mate in 2. Let's hear from, I think, let's go with Austin this time. Go ahead.
Okay. Queen captures f2.
Yep. And kind of similar to the one we just seen, the king is forced to go back, and you play.
I will play queen to g1.
Very good. Yep. Defended by the bishop. This is called a battery when you have the 2 pieces lined up like that. You can have a battery with a pair of rooks, a queen and a rook, or a queen and a bishop. But a very effective structure. It's like a weapon you can use out there. 9 done, number 10. And I owe Austin a trophy, but it is black to move in this case. Black to move and checkmate in 2 moves. Holy mackerel. Dylan, you already got this solved? Let's hear it. What do you got?
Queen to f2. And then if, like, the king takes the queen, then you can use the rook?
They can never take the king. Yeah, no. So the king can never take a defended piece. It's absolutely illegal. You have to kind of, like, laugh at your opponent a little bit and be like, whoa, did you not see my rook here? I've got a rook there. You can't take
Queen
my
to
queen.
f1.
And then, yeah, so it's going to drive the king back. So you play this move, it drives the king back, and then queen captures f1. Queen captures f1. But, well, thank you for going through all those checkmates with me. That was 10 checkmates in 2 moves. It's definitely good practice to improve your board vision. And, yeah, thank you for sticking with me this long. It's a long video. But, yeah, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All right, bye-bye.